This year has been especially wild when it comes to premium travel cards. Refresh Chase Sapphire Reserve, new City Strata Elite, new Atmos Summit. Unless Capital One throws a curveball and revamps the Venture X before year end, I think that we've reached the ultimate final act of 2025 with American Express's refresh of the Platinum card. While both the personal and business versions have received updates, we're going to be focusing on the personal version in this video. In the frenzied lead up of rumors towards this refresh, I was anticipating a lot of moving pieces, including the introduction of new statement credits, removal of old ones, maybe tweaks to the multipliers, and more. Turns out there is a lot of that, though the changes are more easy to digest than I initially expected. Putting it all together, I think that we have a card that's more than compelling, even at the hefty $895 annual fee. Earlier this year, the Amex CEO stated, while not every consumer will use 100% of the value, we have enough disparity in the price and the value that you don't need to use all the value to get the value out of the product. Not every card member uses every benefit. As much as the Amex Platinum is the epitome of this coupon book model that many other cards out there have now taken the form of to many people's dismay, I do agree with the Amex CEO when he says that there is a good disparity between the price and the potential value. Though, it simply may not matter for some card holders, and so we'll surely get into who this card is worse for right now. The changes are relatively simple to digest because everything that was on the $695 version of the Amex Platinum pretty much remains as is. We still have the same set of multipliers, 5x on airfare booked directly, 5x on airfare and hotels booked via the travel portal, 1x on everything else. Don't think this card will ever become a powerful earner, as it would probably cannibalize the gold and the green card, except those travel categories. 5x on airfare booked directly remains industry leading. In terms of the coupons, we also still have, and we're doing this in one take, $15 monthly Uber credits plus $20 more in December, $200 annual airline incidental credits, $50 semi-annual sex credit, $300 annual Equinox credit, Walmart Plus monthly membership, Clear membership, TSA PreCheck, and global entry. For those of you who have the existing credits locked in memory, you might have realized that I missed a couple of them, which we'll be getting into later. Clearly, Amex had already set the standard for this coupon book model with the $695 version of the Platinum. It's just that now the $895 version has cranked it up a notch. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this before. If you manage to use most of the credits, the card more than pays for itself. Though I will throw caution as to how you should be going about the valuation. If it's not organic spending, obviously you want to take a sizable haircut off of the value of the credit. Also, simply by virtue of you prepaying for the credit via the annual fee, an additional haircut is warranted. For example, even though I consistently use the $200 in annual Uber cash every year that I've had the card, I would value it at maybe say $180 by virtue of me prepaying for the Amex Platinum and thus time value of money and opportunity costs coming into play. Finally, what are also here to stay are the Marriott and Hilton Gold statuses and what's still the most comprehensive airport lounge collection, including Amex Centurion, Plaza Premium, Escape, Lufthansa, and Priority Pass lounges, plus 10 visits annually to Delta Sky Clubs. There are a fair few of you who justify paying for the Amex Platinum year over year, primarily, if not solely, for the lounge accesses. For example, if you fly several times a year out of an airport with a Centurion lounge and you always get free food and drinks from there, that counts for something. For those folks, the lounge privileges aren't changing, but the annual fee has gone up by $200, so in that case, I would say the card is worse for those folks. Alright, with the status quo items out of the way, what are we getting for $200 more in annual fees? The first is a juiced up version of an existing credit. What used to be a $200 annual hotel credit that's good on fine hotel and resorts or the hotel collection properties is now a $300 semi-annual FHR/THC credit, so $300 to be used in January 1st to June 30th, and another $300 for July 1st to December 31st. Many of the properties, especially the FHR one, are of the bougier, pricier sort, so if you're into that kind of stuff, it's a nice $300 discount twice a year. Assuming that the price is the same as on other platforms, which isn't always the case, so make sure to do that comparison for yourself with the specific properties of interest. Alternatively, for those of you who want to minimize your out-of-pocket spend on hotels, you may not be out of luck. For example, I'll be traveling to San Francisco later this year, and this particular property goes for under $300 on some nights. On top of that, you get breakfast for two, a $100 credit, guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout, 12 p.m. check-in, and room upgrade when available, plus free Wi-Fi. If instead you go for a property in the hotel collection, it's less stuff. Just 12 p.m. check-in, late checkout, and room upgrade when available, plus a $100 credit, and you need to stay a minimum of 2 nights. With FHR benefits still being attainable by just staying 1 night, I'd say that the $300 semi-annual credit is awesome. And for some people, it alone is enough to justify the $200 increase in the annual fees. That bump from $200 to $300 for a single transaction can make a world of difference for people who just don't want to pay too much in cash. The other juiced up existing credit is the monthly digital entertainment credit, which is going up from $20 to $25. Also, there are new subscription options in Paramount Plus, YouTube Premium, and YouTube TV being added to the existing crop of Disney Plus Bundle, ESPN Plus, Hulu, The New York Times, The Wall Street Journal, and Peacock. Note that Walmart Plus membership, another benefit on the Amex Platinum, already comes with your choice of either the ad-supported versions of Paramount Plus or Peacock, and so you would want to use your digital entertainment credit only for the service that you didn't choose through Walmart Plus, or if you really want ad-free versions. The addition of the YouTube options are pretty awesome, and personally, I will be switching one of my choices to YouTube Premium. If you're somebody who doesn't mind paying a little bit out of pocket for your streaming services, then this $5 bump monthly is strictly better. However, if you're like me who wants to minimize out-of-pocket costs as much as possible, it makes for a bit of a tricky paradigm. For instance, my wife is currently subscribed to the ad-supported version of the Disney Plus bundle with Hulu and Max, which goes for $16.99 a month plus taxes. The ad-free version goes for $29.99 a month plus taxes, which we didn't justify with just a $20 discount, but with the $25 discount, it's tempting. Clear demonstration of how the Amex Platinum can encourage lifestyle inflation. As alluded to earlier with the multipliers, I would never recommend putting any food spend on the Amex Platinum due to earning only a paltry 1x. Though, now, the card does have a $100 quarterly Resy credit, and so I'll have to amend that statement. Don't put any food spend on the card unless it's to use the Resy credits. I'm certainly not the only one to have anticipated this credit being added on the card. Amex owns Resy, and this credit already exists on the Personal Gold card and the Delta Platinum and the Delta Reserve, both personal and business versions. Depending on where you live and how often you like to down out, the usefulness of the Resy credits can vary tremendously. For me, living close to New York City and liking to go for a nice dinner out with my wife about once a week, this credit is super easy to use. Alternatively, if you're going out of your way to dine at a Resy restaurant or the options in your area just are less than desirable, then you'll want to significantly discount the value of the credit as it pertains for yourself. Note also that if you want a workaround to the quarterly cadence of the credit, some individual Resy restaurants do offer their own gift cards, which should trigger the credit, but remains to be seen on a case-by-case basis. The remaining new credits and benefits can be discussed in a more quick-fire way. We have a new retail credit to complement the existing Saks credit in a $75 quarterly Lululemon credit. Unless you're already a Lululemon fan, then this credit would prompt some inorganic spending, but hey, a new pair of pants is not nothing. I doubt that online gift card purchases would trigger the credit given that they're excluded from the terms, but you may have more luck if you bought the gift card in person. If so, then you can accumulate the funds for more expensive items, and surely at some point down the line, the gift card inventory would be depleted just like it was for the Hilton gift cards. Next, free Uber One membership, which serves as a good complement to the existing Uber cash benefits. You get a nice built-in discount for rides and a sizable reduction in the otherwise kind of unreasonable fees for Uber Eats delivery. $200 annual credit for an Aura Ring purchase, which tracks things like sleep and activity. Note that this doesn't cover the cost of the subscription, which apparently is needed for you to use the ring. Finally, a third hotel elite status benefit in Leaders Club Sterling status, which includes room upgrades upon availability, breakfast for two, and other perks. The leading hotels of the world portfolio primarily consist of luxury properties and is relatively small. Won't be useful for everyone, but hey, it's certainly gotten me to pay more attention to this particular portfolio. Plus, potential indication of this hotel brand being a future Amex transfer partner? Now that we've dissected the refreshed $895 Amex Platinum, some quick housekeeping items. For new applicants, the mechanism of the welcome offer remains unchanged. Well, you'll earn anywhere from 80,000 to 175,000 membership reward points for $8,000 of spend in 6 months. There are tricks that can allow you to unlock better offers, such as opening the application through incognito mode, using a different internet browser, using your phone if you were using your computer, and so on. Since Amex has once-in-a-lifetime language surrounding their welcome offers, you'll want to pull out all the stops in order to potentially get the best offer. Then, once you get the card, several of the benefits require enrollment, so make sure to go onto the benefits page of your online account, navigate to the Enroll tab, and perform the enrollment that are thankfully one-and-done actions. Existing cardholders, you'll also have to do the same for some of the new benefits. Also, existing cardholders, the new benefits are already available to you. I'll throw special attention to the quarterly Lululemon and Resy credits, which will reset on September 30th, so best if you can use them before then. Finally, if your card renewal anniversary is before January 2nd in 2026, then you'll get renewed at the $695 annual fee. Okay, so what can we say about the refreshed Amex Platinum? Sure, it's even more coupons to manage. Sure, there are more lures in order to make you spend more than you otherwise would have. And sure, $895 is a lot of money. All that said, I find it very hard to criticize this refresh. Aside from very corner cases such as people who really can't get value out of the new credits, or for people who just primarily use the card for the lounge access or as a flex, then the $895 Amex Platinum is strictly better than the $695 version. And if you're looking to make your first venture into the premium travel credit card world, the Amex Platinum is an awesome pickup. I plan to make another video where I pit the Amex Platinum against its closest competitors such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but spoilers, the CSR has been soundly beaten. But what do you guys think about this refresh? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you've made it to this point in the video, consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Again, spoilers for a future video, but I think that the only premium travel card that comes close to the Amex Platinum for very different reasons is the Capital One Venture X. Consider checking out my 1-year review of the card, which should appear on screen. Here's your card nerd signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.